Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. My name is Glenn, and welcome to Nazareth House. I'd like to introduce you to the people of Nazareth House that make it the place it is. My name is Glenn. I live here in Nazareth House, and I'm here with Robert to do an interview. Robert, how long have you been living on Hope Street?
I've been living here at Nazareth House for roughly 9 years, Glenn, and I've had a few ups and downs, but for the most part it's been very smooth sailing, and I've enjoyed all the time I've been here, and I've been doing a lot of artwork, and recently had a large exhibition of my work at Hotel St. Martin downtown, and it was quite successful, and very pleased.
Okay, and do you like the people here in Nazareth House?
The people are very friendly. They try their best to be friendly, and when they're going through a tough time, we try and help them out as best we can so they get back on track. And I get along with everyone, and I just I'm very grateful to be here because it's brought a lot of happiness into my life.
And what are the activities that you do?
Well, I have yoga on Wednesdays. And I have a man come in to help me train on Thursdays.
Okay.
And on Fridays I have arts and crafts, and also massage sometimes on Fridays.
Okay. Good. How long have you been painting?
All my life, since I was 4 years old.
Okay.
I started off with charcoals, then I went to watercolors, then I went to oils for 25 years, and then I've been painting acrylics for the last 18 years.
So how do you like the food here?
The food is good. I'm happy with the food, especially when Sandra cooks during the day. Her meals are very good, and she usually makes the supper time meals, so the people preparing the meals at supper time have something to go with. It makes their job a little easier.
So what's the secret, Sandra?
Oh, not telling you.
Not telling?
Oh God, no. No.
If we tell you, we have to find a place to put you.
No, we can't do that.
Say it again, it's good.
Jeez. I'm always excited for Sandra's fish and chips. Welcome, Father John.
Good to be with you, Glenn.
Hello, Wendy.
Hi. Hi, Glenn. How are you doing?
All right, you.
Good.
Welcome, Sheila.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Sheila. Can you describe the role of director of Nazareth House?
My role as director of Nazareth House is to raise awareness in the community for people who suffer from homelessness and mental illness, to connect with different community organizations, to raise funds, to raise donations, to deal on a daily basis with the hospitals and social workers and residents like yourself, and family members and the different volunteers that come through our house.
What is your role at Nazareth House?
Well, one of the things is that I go way back with Nazareth House, so my role has changed over the years, but at the beginning it was Dennis himself, the founder of Nazareth House, who invited me to do a funeral for a man who had been found in the lane, very sick, brought him into the house, and eventually he died here at Nazareth House. And he asked me if I would do the funeral, and I did, and there was Sister Georgette Cote, his wife Lucille, and himself in church, and I celebrated. And we had the choir, and we had music, and we had everything that everybody deserves when they die. They're a human being, and they deserve that dignity.
How did you get volunteers to do different activities?
We have volunteers from a variety of organizations. Initially it was just making some calls. That's for the volunteers we have through the schools. Villa Maria High School, Loyola High School, Concordia, Community Art Outreach, and McGill. But most importantly too, we have volunteers that are family members. We have a lot of help within the families of the residents and the staff here at Nazareth House.
Can you describe Nazareth House and role it plays in the community?
Nazareth House is a residence, but I prefer to say it's a home. It's a home for people who have suffered from mental illness, and the role we play in the community is to provide a safe haven, a wellness center for people who might otherwise be on the streets of Montreal.
Well, Glenn, you know, I think one of the things that we always have to look at is that in Montreal it is said to be over 10,000 people who are homeless in the streets. And many of them suffer from either drug addiction or alcohol addiction, or they have mental illness. And one of the things is that Nazareth House is that pearl in the city that allows people to find themselves in a family, in a home, not just in a residence or not being treated impersonally. I think everybody here is really respected for who they are, where they come from, what their background is. People actually get excited to know that people live here, they live there, what they did, what their likes are, what their dislikes are. And so it becomes truly the family sharing a table, sharing every day.
Okay, yes, and Glenn, this is the stuff that we get from Maison Montreal. We all load it in the back here. Some of the stuff we keep, and some of the stuff that we know might go bad and we don't need because we have better stuff, we donate it to other facilities like the women's shelter up on 4th Street and that, or the drop-in center in NDG. You know what I mean? And sometimes they have things and they give us that they have no use for. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hi, Doris and Sandra are peeling pickled beets. Doris is putting them in bottles.
Last year I made about 300-400 pounds of beets. We sell them for $8 to big jars, $5 to smaller ones, half the size, so it's better off to buy a big one. Last year we made close to $3,000 profit on beets.
Wow. It's huge.
Yeah. But
a little project that we are working on, which is probably going to be a big project, is to open up another residence in this area, in the area of Shaughnessy Village, for women with similar situations, and to see where we can go with that. So that is really going to be the future of the house. And so it will probably expand a little bit to include women.
I'm back with David from Nazareth House.
Hi, Glenn. How are you this morning?
I'm all right.
Good.
Where did you go to school?
Well, like I said, I grew up in St. Lambert, a suburb of Montreal, so went primary high school there and went to Cégep in Marianopolis here in Montreal. Came from a very loving, close family. where my folks supported me and my brother and sister in whatever we did. I did my undergrad degree at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario, and did a degree in physiotherapy at University of Western Ontario in London.
What brought you to Nazareth House?
The previous director of Nazareth House, Bob Deschamps, I had met when Bob was working with Foster Rehabilitation Unit, and I needed a place to stay. And Bob told me about Nazareth House. That was the first time I'd actually heard of it. It sounded like a good deal. It was very convenient for me, and so I moved in here, like I said, a year and a half ago, and it was good for me.
How do you feel about Nazareth House versus where you used to live?
The places where I've lived have always been, single unit apartments. And, it's very different living on your own to living in a place like Nazareth where, you're living in close proximity with so many others, where you're sharing meals with other people and you get to know the people around you much more than you do in an apartment building. It's much less impersonal. There's much more of a sense of community. If you just need to talk to someone, there's always someone around here. You want to do something with someone here, there's always someone around to do with. I think that is the real benefit of Nazareth, and also the staff as well. If you have any individual needs, the staff are they're very aware of what the people's needs here are and how best to meet them.
It was nice having you, David.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much.
The woods are calling out to me, for deep within I came to be. Beyond the willows, past the streams, there is a place where I can dream. The stillness sheltered from the wind, warmed by sunlight seeping in. Rainbows formed by morning fog fall across my forest log. Sounds of nature fill the air, endless beauty everywhere.
Nice job, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. And that's it. That's a wrap. Cut. Hello, my name is Vinny Paparino.
Everybody's my babies, and it's like I'm the old Mother Hubbard that's living in a shoe with you guys. Was I supposed to say that?